Hello everyone, how are you today? I'm Christine Mahoney from Christine Mahoney Crafts. I'm going to do a nice watercolor today using Sheena stamps. I'm just giving it a minute for people to hop on and I want to get started. Um, Hi Debbie from Rochester, how are you today? And Suzette, hello Suzette. You're not sure how long you can stay? Well, that's okay. I'm glad you're here. I'm doing good. Thank you. And okay, so I know they would. Oh, good pen message. There we go. I'm learning how to use this. Every day I learn something new. So now I just pin my message to the top. So how are you guys all doing today? I am going to be doing a nice watercolor using Sheena stamps. And I'm not using one stamp from her. I'm not using two stamps from her. I'm going to be using 3 stamps from Sheena. And maybe I'll be doing some butterflies later to put on top, but it depends on how much time we take for this. Okay, so I'm going to get started, and when people come in, just say hi so I know that you're here. We're going to be using watercolor paper. It's by Spectrum Noir. It's a 300 GSM, and I love it. And I've been going through it like crazy. Good thing I have a lot of it. Now, the stamps we're going to use today are from her new Lakeside collection. This one is called Ducks in a Row. This one is called Happy Days. And then I have one right here from a different collection, and it's called Carefree Days. And I'm going to use the wildflowers in that one, and maybe one of the sentiments. All right. So I'm going to start off by telling you, I don't know if you guys have this stamping platform by Crafter's Companion, but I needed a bigger area. Now I'm going to cut it down eventually, and I know it's going to, be shorter. But see how I need this area? And when the springs are on, I have my stamp already set here, but when the springs are on, it would pounce into the area that I need. So I don't know if it's just my machine, my platform, but I believe you can pop all of these out. So I popped this out so that it doesn't hurt the paper. So that's a fun tip for you guys. Try it. See if yours pops out. It just pops back in. You just put it back together. So there's that. So I'm going to put this watercolor paper on here, and I'm going to line it up to this bottom groove right here. That way I can remember to do that. And I'm lining it up with this line right here. So it will go back and forth, but if you line it up just to try to get an evenness, to be honest, you're going to see it through the platform. Hi, Corinne, sister from Hawaii, now in Washington. You made it there okay? I take it since you're writing to me. Okay, so we're using the Lakeside collection. We're going to be, again, using the Happy Days and the Ducks in a Row. And we're using another stamp set called Carefree Days. All right, we're using 3 stamp sets in this. All right, so I pushed down and I lifted it back up. You normally place it on there, but I already had this one done on here. I'm going to heat emboss all this, so it's going to take sections. Oh, you got there. Wow. Well, I'm glad you made it there safe, Corinne. Okay, so I'm going to use Versamark. You can use Versamark. You can use the Spectrum Noir marker, water marker. It's translucent, so you won't see it when it goes on. But we're gonna heat emboss each section. I hope it was a safe ride, Corinne. So I'm gonna put this all over, and I've done two times I've done this like on top of each other before I heat embossed it, and there's no need to. You just want to make sure that you don't touch it or blow it. That's what I did with the last one. I blew it and it blew right part of my outline up. So what I'm going to do, which reminds me, is take this little powder puff. It's an anti-static bag, and it takes anything like you won't I went on to some colored stuff last time. Has powder in it. There it is. See it? So this helps the stuff from a little of that got on there, but that's okay. No one's going to see that after I'm done with this. That's for sure. I'm going to stand up because it's the best way to put pressure on this, I found out. And I am going to hold down on one hand and press with the other, and then press on the other side. I did this the first time and I heat embossed everything, and I'm like, that takes a while. Maybe I'll just do it with the waterproof ink, and I just chose to do it this way again. So if you missed it, what I was saying, whoever just came on, I took out the spring for this part so that you can lay more paper this way, and it doesn't affect this. It won't push into the paper and ruin the paper. So I just thought that was a handy tip. So I take these off and hope everything, don't touch it. Let's move everything to the side. Get everything out. When you can't see where it is, so you got to just probably didn't do it on the edge there, huh? Oh. Yeah, okay. Let's do this again. And now if you did something, look at this. If you did something that you missed a stamp, that's why it's sometimes better to do it twice. Look at that. You can wipe it right off and start again. I did that on purpose because I really wanted to show you guys, because I've been learning so many different techniques lately since I've been forcing myself to do these YouTubes, that it's so like, all right, don't be so scared, because you can always do it again, right? So I'm going to do it again because there was a spot missing. Ooh, that's staticky. Okay, let's try it again. Hey, I mean, like, if you don't try, you don't know. That's how I look at it. I'm going to go on the opposite side. And I'm going to use the other side of the pillow because that side was covered in some red stuff. I don't know how much we're going to do. All right, let's see if that works. Okay, so let's try this again. And I may actually stamp it twice. I just have to be careful on not moving it around. Then we'll get a double print. I love doing this so much. And you can also just stamp it without having to do the heat embossing. I'm always scared I'm going to miss something. That's the thing, you know. And it does lift up a little, so that's why you got to be careful. Now I'm going to do it one more time. I don't want to touch that part, so I know you don't have to do it twice, but there's so many little details in here. So why not? If we see that it's double, I can always wipe it down again. Loud because the phone is right here. So I'm trying to be quiet. Okay, let's try that. If nothing else, it gives me a nice arm workout. You guys can talk and say hi and tell me what you're doing today. Oh, I see it. It's nice. Okay. I always do that on the edge. All right. That's pretty good. See that? So I'm going to put this back into the jar because you hardly use any of it and it lasts forever. Now I could have, like I said, just stamped it and not done the heat embossing. And this is going to take maybe a half an hour to get through the heat embossing part of it. Maybe. But it's worth it. Because I'm basing this on if you're a new watercolorist. Am I on the big screen, Corinne? That's great. So I'm going to wait for it to heat up. This is a Stampin' Up! Heat gun. I've had it forever. And it's warm. So you're going to notice that it's going to start to melt. I'm putting it up close so maybe you can see it. There it goes. Isn't that cool? You got it all? All right, that's one down. Isn't that pretty? So it's warped right now, but by the time you cut it and wet it and all that stuff, and by the time that you wet it, wetting it's going to make it warpy too. Now look, nothing moves because it's all stuck down like butter is to bread. No, I don't know. So again, I'm going to put this back on the stamping platform. Bet you guys are wondering what I'm going to do. Well, I think someone may know. Preview. I sometimes give a preview to see what people think. Again, we're going to stick this right down. I'm going to put it on top of here now because it's going to be in my, it's going to be closer to the next stamp. All right, so the next stamp we're going to use. Oh, perfect. That was a nice catch, desk. My desk was catching a good catcher just now. All right, and the next stamp we're going to use, let me put this one away first. It's such a big stamp. It's like, I'm used to taking little sentiments off. Okay. I love these ducks. I've painted, I teach painting classes, and I've painted ducks before, and they're fun. I'm going to put that away. So cleanup will be so much easier later. All right, that's one. And now we're going to use the Lakeside Collection Happy Days, which is the little boy and the girl, or girl and girl, or whatever you want it to be. And this is the fun part. So you see where the horizon line is there, where the landline is. So I'm going to move this over so that those two lines connect. And look at, I still don't have anything here. So that works for me. So I'm going to stand up and look. Nothing is really detrimental. We're going to just keep it touching because I had a little bit of gap in my first one. So I'm making one big picture. See, and again, I took out that spring so it's not going to hurt the stamp or anything. Yes, it's right under it, but it's not doing anything to it. See that? It's not doing anything. Okay. It's very cool. All right, now we're going to stamp this one with the Versamark. Corinne is commenting via her phone and watching me on her big telly. Like it should be. So is anyone else here that hasn't said hi yet? It's a quiet day today. It's raining out here in New York, but can't wait till the summer. I like that weather better. All right, I'm going to push down, make sure we have everything covered. Give it a nice massage. I can see it on the side, so I'm looking to see if I got everything. It clearly looks like I do, so we won't do it again. Top. Move this to the side again, and we'll do the same process again. Yeah, well, you're the one that chose to come back from Hawaii. Corinne says it's really cold in Washington. Well, she just came back from Hawaii to Washington this morning, and she shouldn't have. I mean, she had to, but I wouldn't have. But I understand. Gotta do what you gotta do. I just love when you can actually push this down and see what's underneath it. Isn't that cool looking? And just tap it from the back. And a couple spots right there. Don't want to blow on it because when you blow it, that stuff could move. So you can get a little tiny little brush sometimes and wipe stuff away. And if there's speckles in the clouds, that's totally okay. That looks so good. I still see a tiny line, but I won't when it's done. And put this away. And we'll do the heat embossing. And then one more, and then we get to color. I want to say happy birthday to our big brother, Gaz, in the UK. He's celebrating his birthday today, and I wish I was there celebrating with him, but I can't. My watch told me it's time to stand up. Nope. At least stop telling me what to do. You see it turning? think we got it all. All right. Not looking good? Isn't that looking amazing? I can't believe Suzette says it was cold here yesterday, -26 with wind chill. Today is 14, including wind chill. Oh, and that's in Canada, right, Suzette? And do you love it? Okay, see now, remember when we wiped off the embossing stuff, the embossing powder, because it wasn't set yet? And now this heat embosser melts that powder, and you can't take it off at all. So that was the reason why I did what I did earlier, to show you. And now one more stamp, maybe a couple times to get it right. I'm going to put this back in again. Now I can cut this because we're not going to use more than this, but we'll leave it for now. And we'll just work to the edge. One more. Okay. So I kind of go close because otherwise it lifts the paper. All right. So we're going to put this stamp away now. It's like, I feel like if you stretch it too much, it will come out of proportion, but it doesn't. It's pouring out on the wrong side. Oh. It's not sticky. All right. And I'll put that one away. 2 down and 1 to go. And now we have this nice wildflowers one. Again, it's Carefree Days. These are all Sheena stamps. And I don't know if this one's still available, but the other 2 are definitely available. Yes, Suzette's in Canada. We have people all over the place. Okay, I love this because it's it's just you guys notice my watch has Snoopy on it. He does different things all the time. I love him so much. Watch. Oh, he's blowing a bubble. And it's smushed all over him. All right. So here's a wildflowers one. And what I want to do is basically fill in this section here so it doesn't look like, there's a hole. Like where's the land, So we're going to do it right here. It doesn't have to completely touch the other part, but we're going to do it right here. And it can go over the water because we could put lines in afterwards. And then we'll move it just over a hair and get the rest of that. Gonna put one down here, I think. One more, one and a half more times. I may just do it all at once so I don't have to stop and do it. So long as it's not touching, it's good. Are you guys enjoying this so far? Okay. And it's okay if it goes over the other border section. Okay, let me just check it. I think it's good. Do it one more time. It's a little light on this side. Now I'm going to move it over and just do, sorry, I have to be under the camera, and just do one more little section. Which I'm going to just overlap it a little bit. It's only a little bit. So it's right here. Hope it moved. I could wait and do it after. Why don't I do that? Because I can't see it. All right. Well, so what? It takes a second more. Are you going out, Suzette? Going over it a little. It's okay if you pour the whole thing down because you're not wasting it. Isn't that cool? Wipe it off the stuff. See if I popped. Ooh, that came out fast. Right. I don't want to have too much because I like the darkness. So I'll wipe it off. As close as I can. All right. And we'll heat that and then we'll do the rest. Almost done with this part. But it makes for a beginner, it makes it very much easier to watercolor when you've never watercolored before because kind of like things will stay without going over the line and that helps people. Very nice, Suzette. I love to hear that. That's going to be nice. I always hold it at an angle so that I can see when it actually melted it. And I can see with the light whether I got all the spots or not. I wonder if my heating tool is really loud because it's so close to the phone, which is my microphone. All right. Now just one more little spot. Just one more little spot and we are done with the embossing. Isn't that cute though? We made our own little scene here. And we will work this out so it's going to look like it's all together, which is really cool. All right, so just one more spot. And we're just going to leave it without cutting it because I'll move it over a little bit. We could cut it and make things easier, but we're not. Because why not? Just use the whole big piece of paper now. It's nice when you're watercoloring. And we're going to do the stamp. I would say just a little bit right here. And we only have to do the tip of that. We can do just this section. If we go over it, it doesn't matter because we're going to cut it. It might flop off when we do it. I may have to move things because it's only a little section. Let's try holding it while we turn it. We can see what we need right there. It is cool and it's very cute, isn't it? I wonder if Sheena thought of this when, like, putting it all together. I'm not sure. I tagged her, so I was hoping that she would come on and see what I was doing. I don't know. I haven't seen her yet, so she could be here. She could be secretly watching with Maria. I bet they're both watching. Flip it back over. And push down. And we only need to do this once. All right. Put it back on the carrier sheet. Cover it up. We're going to probably use the stamp. So I won't put it away. We're going to use the sentiment stamp. Moving everything out of my way. Okay. And this is the last time we're doing this part. It only took, let's see, 39 minutes. Oh, a few minutes was talking, of course. But this is very effective. And why not, right? Did you know you can make a whole scene with these stamps? It doesn't matter that it doesn't match up right on the line. We're cutting the edge right off, so I don't care anything about that. So I don't think I missed it. No, okay. That's fine with me. Because I have to trim it down. Okay, I just want it there to fill in that little corner. That's it. And we are done with this part. Cover. Right there. Put it away. Okay, one more heat emboss. Then the fun begins. Although I love this part. It's a lot of fun. I love watching it melt. Here we go. And there we go. Okay, so here comes the fun. Let's put things away. Our little hamster pillow. put away. Okay, and out of the way. Okay. So you guys will never believe what happened earlier. It dropped. Oh my gosh. I dropped a huge amount of glitter. A whole container, a big container onto the floor. The whole thing dumped. That was really fun cleaning up. I salvaged most of it. You'd be so proud. Okay, so here it is. I'm going to cut it afterwards. It's all a little warpy now, but we're going to play with colors. We're going to use a lot of the tricolors. I'm going to show you now, and then I'll put them over to the side here. We're definitely going to use the blue and probably the warm primary, and this is the warm primary. These are called warm primaries. Tricolor brush. It's just so great. I'm using the blue for the sky and the other colors as I need them. And this is the rich florals. And we'll probably use some slate and gray neutrals colors, grass colors, fresh verdant. Probably, maybe I'm going to use some warm fiery and maybe some brown and yellows from Earthy Naturals. I have other ones to the side, so who knows? I also have a sparkle pen. I have, we're going to use the water brush, which is you fill this with water and then you use it and you just push out water. This is how I'm going to apply it. The whole thing today is with this right here. And I know different companies make them. I believe this one's probably from Stampin' Up, but everybody has them. And I don't know. If I need anything else, I'll let you know as I'm doing it. I actually also, this one's not even open, so I know I didn't use that. Bright florals, maybe. Who knows? Are you guys ready for watercolor? What idea do you love, Suzette? I missed something. I also have an aqua black. I'll probably need that for making more lines. I'm going to move the heater over here because I'm a little chilly. Just have to watch out for all the glitter I still have on the ground. Some of it. Now this is watercolor. I don't particularly need a piece of paper underneath because, because it doesn't go through, and if it does, I don't care. All right, so we're going to put some colors here on our mat. And if you guys need me to zoom in, actually, I probably can a little bit. How's that? Oh, that's nice. And I'll try to put the colors right here so you can see them. I'll put them on this side of the line and move these out of the way now. Use the colors that I need. All right. So we're going to start with, why not, the sky. It's one of my favorite things to do is the sky. So I'm taking the warm primary blue and I'm putting a little, I want to make sure I can see where it is. Okay, right here. All right, I'm giving myself a nap so I don't have to come back every 2 seconds. And we'll start with the blue, but then we'll probably add a little bit of purple into it. And actually in pink pink and blue make purple. Didn't even need the purple, but I will be using that purple. Or I can use it whenever I want it. Here's some pink. And we're going to need green at some point, right? I'll put my palette down right here, right now. This is the dark green, and then a lighter green. And we're going to use a slatey color too, like gray. Can you see? Yeah. So we'll use that one, but we'll use the darker one probably more. All right. And maybe some orange. I love this so much. And crimson and yellow. I don't even know if I used yellow last time, but there it is. All right, we'll start with that and see what happens. Okay, so I'm going to do the sky. And there's a couple ways of doing it. You can wet it down first and then pick up color. And I want to kind of try that because I didn't do that on the other one, and it's fine. But I want you to see the effect that it does when you add a little bit of water to the areas you want. First, we'll just do this one side so that you can see. All right, I just wet just the areas I want to get a little blue. All right, grabbing some blue, and it starts to smear. You can add water. Water's coming out right now. See that? And it's going to get lighter and lighter as you get toward the horizon. And when it gets too light, you know what that means? You have to get more. So I'm going to grab a little more straight on with no water. And I'm going to go, look at, I love when it spreads. We're going to wet the whole thing before I add extra colors to it. So make sure you get in between things. Make sure it's lighter at the land level than it is up in the sky. I've never really watercolored before until lately, and I love it. You can pick up color, and you can make it look so rustic looking. I love it. So here I go again, and I didn't wet this side. See that? I didn't wet it, but you can push out water. See that? And it doesn't do the same smear technique. So I always have a handy paper towel on hand so I can wipe off my brush, and then I can smear it out so that it gets lighter and lighter. There's two different techniques right there. You can decide which one you like better. See, now I like this watercolor where it's not so accurate, if that's the word I want. I like it to be more rustic, more, what do they call that word? More natural. I don't know. I know there's a word I want. That cool? So that's what it looks like so far. And I'm going to add a little bit of color to it now. And I'm going to just do pink because pink and blue make purple. So I'm just going to add a little color to the sky because I want to. And the thing is, I don't want to see like, I'm going to the side of my brush if you haven't noticed. I don't want to see like thin lines from the brush. This is like a paintbrush on here. It's just a little pointier at the end. So I want to make sure that I go to the side of the brush and I really love the water technique look right there. If you want a little bit more blue, just add a little bit more, deepen it right there. Look at that. Now, when we go into the water, it's going to be a deep color too. So closer to the land, having it lighter almost does the water justice because the water will pop then. It's not nighttime yet. It's more like just a nice day with some pink in the sky. All right. Is anyone still here? So that's what we have so far. And it's okay that we come off the edges. Like I said, we're going to cut it. So I'm good with that. All right. All right. We can always go darker later, but we have a start. Now, for the clouds are so fun. So what I like to do with the clouds is put a little of, like, it's not a stormy cloud or anything like that. I'm going to do a little dark blue. And I'm putting a little black with it to make it like a slate blue. And I'll start right here. And I'll put a little bit, I'm tapping it on. Okay. I'll tap it on a couple of them so that they can kind of set in for a minute. Wipe my brush off and then just take the water. And now I'm going to just take the blue and throw in a little bit more because that made it darker. See that? And I'm just tapping it in. And then I'm going to wipe my brush off, make sure it's dry, and I'm going to take a little bit and bring it up. A little bit with the water. I pushed out some water. If you put too much on, you can always go and do this right here and tap it off. I so love that so much. Because you want the top to be the lightest part of the cloud. And you want it to be a little bit speckled with watercolor. Darker on the bottom. So if it's not dark enough, grab some more dark color. Put it to the bottom. I tap a lot just because I want to get that effect in the clouds. Okay, we'll leave that for now and see where it is in a minute. I'm going to turn it this way so that I can reach it and show it to you too at the same time. Okay, I'm going to start with this one. wipe it off, grab a little blue, and then wipe it off again, and then we're just carrying a little bit of the water and pushing water out right now. See that? That's what makes it look real when you tap it out. Too much there. There. These clouds look spectacular. I'm going to come upside down for this one so that I can reach it and show you at the same time. So I'm going to start at the top on this one because it's actually the bottom. A little bit. Yeah, that really helps make it look real. There's a little one right here. Wipe it off. Bring a little extra blue in. Wipe your brush off and then tap water. Sometimes you wipe the whole thing off. But see, it's not coming outside of that line. Like if there was holes right here, it would, but not where there's lines. It's like really cool in a way that that's there too. You want speckles. This is my favorite one. Like you want gradient colors. See that? You almost want to twirl your brush. That really looks like a real cloud. Okay, that's exactly how you want it. Now, I'm not a watercolorist. However, I'm soon going to be trying to be. No, I feel like I'm getting there. But the more you play with it, the better you get. I can definitely teach oil and acrylic painting classes, but I never did oil. I never did, watercolor. So cool. I love it. Okay. So if it comes outside of the lines, I don't really care. I almost want to extend it, but that's okay. I'm not. Let me take a sip of my water. If anyone has any questions, please ask. That's what I'm here for. If anyone's new, just came in, say hi. Please subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and press that notification button so that you can be notified. Press the bell and push all so that you can be notified when I have any lives, when I do any lives, or when I put any videos out there. You'll be able to see them. You'll get notified. Hi, Marlene. How are you? Oh, I'm so glad you're liking it. Oh, thank you, Corinne. Um, Corinne says I'm doing fabulous watercoloring. Well, thank you. Did you see from the beginning, Marlene, how I got to this picture? Because I can review if you need me to. So it's really cool that water. Oh, okay, good. You saw it. Awesome. I love how those clouds come out. Now let me see how close I can go to the camera so you can see how those clouds look. They look Puffy. We'll try to get you in there. Puffy and pillowy. I love this one. But the sky looks just normal. I could put some extra stuff into the sky so that it's not so smooth, which I'm thinking of doing. But we'll keep playing and then we'll see. I do notice that in between these trees here that there's that's what I'm taking some blue and I'm watering it down because I'm pushing on the thing. And there's some open, you can see in between the trees. So this tree right here is needed to be filled in with the sky color. So that's what I just did. And I can go in right now and throw a little bit of little lines, not lines, but like little texture in the sky. So it doesn't look so smooth. It almost will look like a cloud. So if I was to do a cloud, I would bubble it. I kind of do my little tapping thing, and you let it go smoother at the bottom. And if you wipe it too much, then you'll wipe off the underneath. So that's what I just did. So, you learn. So it's almost like making another cloud in the sky. Okay, we'll let that dry because it's wet. Okay, so now just wiping my brush off. I have a lot of water still in here, so that's good. I'm going to do, you want to do the water first? I think so. Because we're on the blue already, we'll start with the water. And we are using the same blue, but we may add a little green with it. Could be either one of these greens, but I'll stay with this green first. So blue and green, I put a little bit of each on the brush, and I'm going to just fill it in. Now it's a bluish green. That's what I wanted. I don't want a blue sky in the water. And I want to come all the way. I don't want it too green because we're going to do the trees in green, right? So I'm adding a little water to it. You got to remember to do all of the little spots in between the arms and stuff like that, because you'll forget them and then it will look funny. Now I'm just doing a coating, and I can just like grab a little blue and throw it in first. We're just going to go through this pretty fast, and I'll need more paint in a minute, and then I could add a little green to it. But these little lines right here are Sheena's interpretations of the reflection from the trees, which I noticed afterwards, because you always need to have a reflection in the water. So we're going to throw on the water first, and then we'll do extra darker color for the reflection. Hair. Okay. Sorry, I'm doing it sideways. Hope you guys can see that. Okay. All these little lines here are heavier lines. We're going to make it darker too, but I'm just going to get this filled in first. These little cute little ducks. Got to make sure to get this one under the neck there. See, now if those lines weren't there, you would go into each other and you wouldn't. This is like more carefree than if it was just done with with a regular stamp pad thing. I gotta get more blue. Thank you, Suzette. I'm loving this. It's so much fun. Sorry, I should have kept it over that way. I'm so used to just throwing it wherever. See how it's going to be darker than the sky. So, and this is the landline. So you want it a little darker right back there, and it's further away. Closer up, you could probably see through the water, right? But further away, no way. Though I'm not going to paint fish in here, just in case you're wondering. A little green, a little every color. Because some water is green, some water is blue. I mean, where Corinne lives in Hawaii, I'm not even talking about it. The water here is dark green. It's not fair. I don't want dark green water. I want clear blue water. Someone should tag Sheena and have her watch or tell her. I did tag her in my thing, so she must be busy, which is fine. Now, I have this whole section that doesn't have lines in it, but later on we're going to put some lines in it, and it's going to look amazing. Got to add some green so it doesn't look so blue. Just make sure you don't have like lines going in the opposite direction when you're doing this, because that never looks good. The water's going from left to right, and like meaning like around the people, like you don't want to leave space or anything like that. Then it will for sure look like a coloring book, although this is outlined. So, but you know, I'm putting some water in here so that I can spread this out. Do you know that every single one of my videos has me sniffling? That's a fun fact, and I don't know why. I have some kind of allergy thing every time I go live. Someone needs to help me figure that out. It's a condition. It's a condition I am living with. So I'm going to put some brown in here too in the front because it's close up. And see, when you mix the brown and the blue and green, it's not so blue and it's not so green. So cool. And even though I have flowers here that I'll probably make a couple colors, it's okay to cover them for now, and then we can paint over them after in the color. Starting to look really good. Don't forget this side of the birds, because they're on there. I may put that. Whoops. I didn't even see that. Their legs in the other one. Is that legs? So funny I didn't see it in the other one, huh? Okay. So there. So far, so good. I like the watercolor look, like where there's splashes, like watercolor smeared, but I'm trying to keep it so that it kind of looks like an actual painting. So this I just did really fast because it doesn't take too much time to do this part. And then actually I have to do a lot of touch-up things. So, and add some more stuff. Okay, some of this is still wet, so I have to give it a minute to dry. See, because that was like when I was doing the cloud there, the paper looked like it was starting to, when you rub paper too long, it kind of peels a little, but it's fine now, isn't it? Thank you, Corinne. Corinne saying she likes the colors that I'm using. Yeah, I experimented earlier today. This has been a whole project the whole day to get the right colors that I like, and they actually go nice together. I love these these aqua pens. They're 3 colors in one. One pen has 3 colors, so it's nice because if you ever go out anywhere, you can just take these pens with you and you'll be all set. And a water brush. So. I'm using a lot of blue, but that's okay. And a lot of green. Who's going to try this? That's what I want to know. That makes me happy. If you guys try any of my stuff that I've posted, please post it to my Facebook page, Christine Mahoney Crafts. If you're not following me on there, please do, because then you'll see all the things that I'm posting from YouTube, and it all corresponds with the YouTube videos. And I'll eventually have giveaways and prizes and fun things. Okay, so far so good, right? A little blue, a little. My other one was really, really wet, and then it and then it calmed down afterwards. So I'm just adding a couple extra dashes of water of blue into this to make it look like it's a texture of colors. So you can't be scared. Just got to do it. And now I'm going to let that dry for a second, because we're going to darken the areas that we need to darken around the people and around the kids, and around the reflections and stuff. But we'll do the trees next, so that it will give that time to calm down. And then we'll move on to darkening the areas that need to be darkened in the water. So for the trees, I started off with the lightest yellow, the lightest green. And I just went at it and colored everything, right? So that's what I'm doing. You can see, okay. And we're going to just color it all. And we're going to come back and we're going to add some darker to it. But this is the fastest way I thought of doing this effectively. Where it really looks like it's popping, and it does. Now this tree is more like a silhouette tree, so I'm not really touching that one. Be careful around the head, because I colored it green the last time. You can go over it, because I'll show you my other one after, so you see what I did. Oh, I added darker already. Okay, so that's darker on that one. We'll come with some darkness and we'll bring it around. And we're just splattering it on pretty much into different spots, so that it's actually I'm not going to do the shading thing on these because it's daylight and I really have no sun per se hitting anywhere where it's going to be lighter. Like I didn't put a sun in here where I'd make the whole sun reflection and stuff like that. I didn't do that on this because I didn't want to on this one. You know, but that's my choice. And a little more darkness in here. You can make this a fall picture too and do all colorful fall colors on the trees, which would be really nice. All right. Thank you, Suzette. Have a fun night. And thanks for being here. I really appreciate it. So this is what we have so far. If you can see the trees, they're different colors. Okay. You see the different colors in it? Yeah. There you go. All right. It's coming alive. So I'll wipe that off. Now, it's still a little wet. So I'm going to take some of this darker color and I'm going to come and bring it down to the ground here. Just in the beginning areas. Because it almost is, it could be just the start of the water or the start of like dirt, you know. There. Just to give it a different balance. Right, that looks good. All right. And then I may wait for that to dry and then add a little bit more on. I need brown. We didn't put brown out, so we'll do brown right here. That's going to be for the ducks. And I need black again. I call it black, but it's the darker. Okay, so I'm going to, with these ducks, I'm going to make the middle one the lightest one and then the two colors on each side just so that they can look all different and not exactly the same, you know. So I'm watering down the brown and that's going to be the middle guy. Can you see that okay? Yeah. I'm not doing any kind of shading, not too much. I'll throw a little extra right up there and around his neck. But nothing, you know, like a major shading event here. All right. So then with the back one, he's going to be darker. So I'm almost making him the dark. Because he's in the back. It's harder to see him. But his name's, we can name these guys. And look, I put the darker toward the back so that it's lighter here when that guy hits him. So it doesn't look like it's all dark. See that? If that makes sense. And now for the front one, he's going to be an in-between color. See, now I'm going to have to go darker right up here so that I can make them look different. Ask me any questions if you have any. You know, it's more like, it's fun to watch, isn't it? It really is. See that? There's 3 different colors right there, all from the same colors. Hi, Debbie. How are you? Let's see. Good job. Catch up with the finished product later. Okay. Alrighty. So that is that. Okay. So let me go back to the water for a second, and I'm going to darken in the areas that are the reflection. It's going to be a dark bluish green. So let's see what I can come up with. It's the blue and the green and the darker. See that? It's almost like a slate color. That's very effective. It's okay if you leave little watercolor marks because I love that look. I love it. Okay. So adding a little more. I need the green. I'll probably have to get more out. Here's a little reflection. And where the two are playing, there's a lot of ripples. I'm going to just do that, right? And get that pretty moving. Now I'm also waiting for this part to dry so I can put little lines in there. And you'll never know that it's 3 stamps. Yeah, I like that. I like the little different, I can't say the word, of color. All right, so the orange, I'm wiping my brush off. The orange is for the beaks. Just orange. And maybe the little legs down here can have a little brownish black. Time to stay my phone. Okay, so now for the legs. The legs are this brown that we were using and just watered down. That's what I did. I mean, you can make it whatever color you need to for the skin color that you want. If you want them to have dark skin or tan or light fair skin, you just put more water. Isn't that cool? Just like that. And the clothes, I'm going to put an orangey top, a reddish orangey top on this one. I'm just putting it on first. And then I'll put extra without water, like into any area that I want to add to make it look dark, to make it look like a crease. Just a little extra. Okay. And then we're going to move to the shirt, and the shorts are going to be in purple. So we'll do this one first. water down. And then you come back with the dark, just for lines. And it smears. Love it. I love watercolor. And then we'll do the same with this one. Water down purple. And then come back with just straight on into any dark spots. I always feel like I hear the door or something. Look at that. And the bucket is just the brown. So I need a little more. The brown, dark brown, grayish. And then I went and I put flowers, some red, into just some of the ones that look like flowers. You can't really tell, but you can just make them your own, like just to add a little extra color to it. So that's what I did. You can add just a little extra, some purples. You can add it anywhere you want, even if it's not there. Isn't that cool? And it just pops so much. Add a little extra right there. I like that big one. It doesn't even look like a flower. I mean, but it does when it has that on it. I'm going to put all these little dots in. Like go wildflowers. Oh yeah, that's cool. I didn't even do all that in the last one. I mean, I did some of it, but not these. I'm wiping that up. See that if you make a mistake, you just it just went too far over. So just add a little blue, and there it's all better. Okay, so here's the other thing. So now we have all this that doesn't look, it's all plain and it's not, feels like it's a little separated from, now I'm wetting this, so now we have to wait for it to dry. But we're going to put some lines in there, and I'm going to go around this, because it looks like there's a space, and I don't want it to look like we left room. Oh, also the brown for the hair, brown or yellow. For the hair. Okay, so now I'm going to put lines in, but I'm not quite sure if it's going to smear or not because it's still wet. So let's try it and see. Let's do something over here first where I didn't touch it. See that? Even between the lines. Because you think the water's down here. Don't make it all the same pattern because then it won't look real. It will look repetitious. That's just another island right there. The flowers. Just little curves. How's that look? Really cute, isn't it? And then I do have like the Spectrum Noir opaque white. If you wanted to add any little white highlights to anything, like at the water, the base, just like little ripples in the water, you already have the brown. But I added more of that to mine. And even though you have the black, it can still come over it. It's hard to see it really, but just don't do them on top of flowers. Just a little. You really can't tell too much. All right. So I'm going to cut it. And what else do I need to do? It looks really good. It looks like I just want to I feel like I don't have enough water in here. It almost looks white. So there. You don't want to go over the water again after you do that black because that black will smear. It will definitely smear. So if you come back and you just do a little wetness to it, you can have another cloud in there. Probably didn't need to touch that, but I wanted to try. There, kind of looks like another cloud. I like a little bit of movement to the sky. Now you can go back and throw in a little bit more color if you need it. But you never know how much to do on the sky till you see what the ground looks like. Because you don't want the sky to be so blue that it takes away from the water. So I like that a lot. Okay, it looks pretty colorful. I feel like I want to glitter it up. Okay, but let's cut it. Oh, that's not the machine I need. I have a Stampin' Up! Cutter. Had it forever. So right now I'm just going to cut it to the edge of what I need. But if we want, we can cut it up even some more after. Okay. Oh, I'm glad to know you're still here, Corinne. It's awful quiet out there. But that's okay. I'm just getting this done. And people are going to come look at it when they have time. So trying to have myself do more videos to push myself. And it's working. Let's go to the other side first. See, I come way down on this one, so go in between. I have to come to where the line is. So I may end up going and put a little more darkness in there, but I had to do that because that's where it matched up. So. Thank you, Corinne. I'm having fun. I love doing this. I'll move it a little more because it looks a little white. And I mean, I could have just done a video without having it live, but I like interaction. So if anyone's not doing anything, then it's great. We can all give each other company. Look at that. When all the edges are cut off, it really looks good. So then I love it. And I think what I wanted to do is put a little more darkness into the top part just so that it looks like the sky is right up there. So just put a little more blue out there and take the edge and add some water and just do a little watercolor on top. I don't want to do a lot because this paper's had a lot of me already on it. A lot of wetness. But just enough so that it looks like a watercolor, like a nice watercolor flop. I don't know what to call it. Those clouds are looking so good. I love that. Ooh. All right, a little purple won't hurt, will it? It's still raining out. Excuse me. Okay, I'll show you in a second. Just let me finish this and I'll show you again what I used. See how it looks like it's a little worn out right there. But once it dries, it doesn't. You just got to be careful when it's wet. Oh, yeah. What do you think of that? I feel like I didn't even do nothing in that. Sometimes it looks so light. There, just a little wet wash. You like watching on the TV, Marlene says, which is why I'm quiet on the chat. Glad I bought these stamps. You've given me a great idea. Love what you're doing. I want to see what your idea is, Marlene. Please post it on my Christine Mahoney Crafts on Facebook. I would love to see what you come up with. Seriously, I'm dying to see what you're thinking. And if you haven't subscribed on here yet, please do. Please push the like button. There's 2 people that pushed it so far. So push that like button. I always forget to tell people, but it really is good for me. And if you haven't subscribed, do that. If you haven't pushed the bell for all notifications, please do that, because then more and more people will join me on chat, and it would be a lot of fun. So yeah, if you can do all that, that'd be great. So you could just keep going, can't you? Okay, you got to know when to stop. If you want, you could even put the purple reflection in the water, but I'm not going to. But you can. Okay. So at this point, we're going to mat it. And I have it already matted. I mean, I already have my mat cut. So let's see what you think. I knew purple would work good. And then I made a frame to put right on it. And I only want the purple to show on the top and the bottom because I really can cut this so that it fits inside and so that you see the purple mat. But I honestly like it like this. But what do you guys think? Oh, and I did want to do butterflies and add to it, but I don't have to do that right now because we're already at, 1:43. We're not even 2 hours yet. Wow, I did this in less than 2 hours. That's insane. So what do you think? Shh. Oh, that's so nice that I made my move goal. My move goal was achieved, and I didn't even have to get up. I'm adding a little yellow to the tops of some of these, like as if the light was hitting it, because now I see it, and I want to do it. See it? I'm only doing it on just a little bit is really nice. Makes it pop even more. Do you guys think I should cut it down more so that the purple shows around the whole thing like this? Or do you think I should leave it full? That I want an answer for. Oh, do you, Karen? So you agree with me. Thing is, I can't I can't pop it onto foam pads. I'll have to tape it down instead of popping it up. See how it goes up right now? That will fold. That will flatten after a while. Yeah, so I like it too. The clouds. I mean, if you see the purple right now and the blue, the purple spread. I don't know if you can see it. Hold on. Let's go out of the light a little. Go into the light. Look at that. Looks like clouds. That's why I love it. Oh, I love painting. So I'll take this down then to this. And then it will stick and we won't do a dimension. This one doesn't have to have a dimension, but I want it down. So it's not pouncing up on me. On the corners. With shadow boxes, I like to do a little raised. But every one of my shadow boxes has been different that I've been doing. This is stunning. Oh, that's what I was going to do. Yeah. I was going to glitter the edges. I may still be able to do that while it's on here. Let's see. I'm trying to think, which is hard for me. Yeah, the glitter that I used to do it didn't really make too much of an impression last time, so I'll probably just leave it. I'll show you my other one too. From where it's going, I want to see both. I want to see the top and the bottom. Just a little purple in there. Picks out the purple in the clothes and in the sky. Isn't that so cool? I love it. I hope you guys loved it too. I probably might add a butterfly in there, but I'm not sure. I just love how it looks though. I could glitter up something because I love glitter. I want to glitter up the clothes. Oh my. I could have just done glitter up the water. I could have. Should I wipe that off? Maybe. Too late. Too late. It really stays on there now. The water would have been great to glitter. Let's try the edges. See if that makes a difference. I think you can see it, yeah. It's just getting dark in here. Can you see that okay? Yeah, you can see it. I'm going to post this on Crafter's Companion's site, and I'm going to post it to the Inkettes. And if you guys can just say that something about the tutorial, because I'm not allowed to talk about it, you know. That'd be good. That's lovely. I probably could have done the water. Maybe just a little. I just am a sucker for glitter. Just a little. Oh my gosh. I love it. I know it's in their clothes, but I can't help it. Sparkling water. You see the water sparkling. I see it. Oh my. That was a good move. The water is sparkling. This reminds me of that Dick and Jane thing when we were kids, that we had to read those books. Oh, good. I hope she does. Thank you. So this is it for me. This is going on here, and I'm going to put all my shadow boxes on the wall that I do and take a big picture of all the ones that I've done for my YouTube. And it's really going to be cool to see all of them up on the wall together. But this is a homemade shadow box, and they're easy. You can find them all over. If you have a Cricut machine, it's fantastic. So that's what I have. So I hope you love it like I do. I'll show you the other one. This is my other one. Kind of greenier water. Which one do you like better? Now I have two. I may give one away. You guys have to start posting on my Facebook page so that I can start giving stuff away. I put glitter on the edges of this stuff, but it just didn't do it for me. And that was not the glitter I dumped, thank God. It was more of a chunky glitter, but ooh. So, blue water, which is this one, yeah. I mean, yeah, both of them really look good. But yeah, I the more, this is the second one I do. Every time I do one, it always comes out better and better. So the more you practice, these clouds are insane in person. Just wanted to say. So the more you practice, the better you get. So make sure you share this video. If you can share this video, there's a share button right there. You can share it right to your Facebook group, your Facebook page, and all that. Thank you, Corinne. Yeah, I love doing them, and it was an all-day event because I was going to do something else today, but then I decided on this. I used 3 stamps. So you asked me to let you know again. I used the Lakeside collection, which just came out. These are still available on Crafter's Companion. This is the Happy Days stamp. Oh, right. And I wanted to put, okay. And this is Ducks in a Row. And then I used this stamp right here, which was from the Carefree Days, from her, from this other collection she has. And I'm gonna put a little thing right here. Oh, I should do that. I'm gonna do it anyway, so I might as well do it. Lazy, hazy, carefree days. That's what I'm gonna put, because that's what it is when you're a kid. Right? No problems in the world. Let's dig in the water. So let's see if I can just do this fast on a block. And I have a rock-a-block.